Good afternoon. Meteorologist Hunter Ward here on, let's see, it's January 1st, 2022. So first day of the new year, and we've got a snowstorm that we are tracking for western North Carolina. Got a little bit of severe weather that could move through first tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. And then Sunday evening, another piece of moisture on the backside will move through, and kind of depending on how cold we get will depend on how much accumulating snow falls and how much the dynamics in the atmosphere kind of come into play, how much moisture we get pulled in from the Gulf. All those things are kind of on the table and are being digested by the models right now. And so putting together those thoughts, I've got a snowfall map ready for you guys to kind of, these are my initial thoughts, may have to adjust it tomorrow, but no big deal there. Totals could go up or down, but just trying to give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at. I'll pull that up in just a second. I want to thank Red Wolf Contracting Services, CP Cruise and Company. Got 66 degrees on the AshevilleWX website. That's pulling from downtown Asheville. I've got 70 here at my place, and 70 degrees on January 1st. So very interesting. Look at that Grimes Tice Anderson camera downtown. Intermittent sunshine around western North Carolina. Looking at the Banner Elk Live camera, you know, it's a windy day in and around Asheville. We got wind advisories up, but you know, a nice day per se, as far as, you know, getting outside and taking down Christmas lights and things, you know. But the chance of pop-up scattered showers, you know, we've got those on tap for us throughout the day. Isolated tornado threat, not too worried about that up here in the mountains of North Carolina, but Georgia, northern Georgia, eastern Tennessee, northern Alabama, those locations could see a spin up. I know we saw some tornadoes around Atlanta yesterday. So an interesting situation as we look at the Farm Bureau camera and the Cabbage Rose Maggie Valley camera as well. Out here you can see the slingshots out there that they rent sitting right there in front of the camera. And then the Haywood County, let's see, the Affairs of the Hearts downtown Waynesville camera. So these cameras, I believe, are going to be the most active for snowfall. Let's go ahead and pull up my snowfall map here. Let's see. So this is my projected snowfall map for western North Carolina. So also believe that there will be a little chance of slush accumulation near Greensboro and Raleigh as this upper level low gets going once it turns to a coastal low off the east coast. So here you can see in the Asheville area, I'm thinking that 1 to 3 inches will be possible. You know, the farther north you go, the higher chance for accumulation. And, you know, along these border counties, I do think, you know, 4 or so inches could be possible for places like Mars Hill, Maggie Valley. And, you know, as you go a little bit farther south, like Waynesville, I think that we'll get into a little bit lower totals. But I'm projecting 2 to 4 inches. As you'll see, most of the models have Haywood County experiencing the brunt of that moisture as it enters. And, you know, locations like Bryson City will experience a little bit of downsloping. That snow will evaporate as it falls to the ground. And the temperatures will also be lower. So a couple things that you'll be fighting against, but I do think eventually we'll see a snow changeover in many areas, and you'll get an hour or two of heavy snow. That's where your accumulation will come from. The border counties could see you know, 6+ hours of accumulating snowfall, but still a tough forecast here. And I've got you know, medium certainty with this, but I will have to adjust this map as we progress through the next couple days. So, you know, it's a tough forecast, but doing my best to kind of get you guys in the know and ready. I don't think that this will be impactful for some folks in the viewing area, but other folks may just see a dusting to 1 inch of slush and nothing really impactful. So we may have people tuning in saying, I got a bunch of snow, and a lot of people saying, you know, I didn't get near as much. And, you know, that's kind of the theme in the mountains with snowfalls, but you know, I don't know that this one's going to be a widespread swath of, you know, 4+ inches, but, you know, we could see some totals even down in Henderson County where the elevation's a little bit higher, you know, of 2+ inches. So be mindful of that. This location, these Henderson and Brevard, those locations could change. Their totals may be a little bit variable as this upper level low, as I get a little bit better idea of the temperature, we may have to move those up to the 1 to 3 accumulation possible. So looking at locations like Mars Hill, I'm thinking I've got them in the 3 to 6 range, and I'm thinking more so of a 4-inch snow or so will be possible, 3 to 4 inches, and right along that whole band, Boone, Banner Elk, all in that 3 to 6, and then we've got a 6 to 10 along the right along the border where elevation's above 3,500 feet. The models really show those locations getting hammered. With snowfall, the moisture will change over much quicker in those higher elevation locations compared to, say Asheville. So we could get 3 to 4 more hours of heavy snowfall, whereas it's just rain in Asheville. So let's go ahead and turn you guys. Let's look back at my screen. Let's show you what the most recent GFS model shows. So rain showers, scattered showers, even continuing through the day, Sunday, and then on this backside, as the front really begins to get captured by the upper level low, switch over to snow. Where exactly, how quickly you switch over to snow is very variable. I don't know exactly what time your location will. This model suggested between 10 and 1 o'clock that many will see the switch over to snow. And then it has precip lasting through 7 a.m. Sometime between 4 and 7 a.m. the precipitation will pull out, and we'll just have a few northwest flow snow showers. The damage will be done, though. It's happening at night, so we won't have a sun angle to compete with as far as accumulation-wise. This is what the GFS shows. So kind of similar. This is what I made my map before this GFS model came out, but it came out real similar to how my map came to fruition. So you can see around 2 inches of snow for the Asheville area, but as you get into Haywood County, there's some maximums of 7-8 inches when you get close to the border, and Swain County as well, right there on the border. Klingman's Dome, going to get raked with snow, it looks like, per this model. Those heavy snow bands will move through, and we will see those preset maximums, I believe, in Haywood County, and especially along the border above 3,500 feet. So that's why we've got the 6 to 10 possible on there, and then it kind of tapers down as you exit the mountains. It's due to a lot in part to the temperature change and the elevation. So may have to adjust. We'll go ahead and show you. Let's show you what the NAM model showed as well as far as precipitation and snowfall. So the NAM model also showed around 2 inches for downtown Asheville, and it tapers quickly as you get closer to the airport. And so, it's a tough call there. That I-40 corridor looks to contain a good bit of the snow, and the NAM has been struggling with this system. So take this with a grain of salt, but showing 4 and 5 inch maximums along the border, 3 and 4 inches even in all of Haywood County. So an interesting solution, just showing you that one. Let's show you what the short range NAM shows as well. 1.8 inches, but preset maximums of 15 and 16 in those higher elevation locations, and 4 and 5 inches in Haywood County. So I think the NAM is just now getting a hold of this system of kind of the dynamics and what's going to happen with the upper level low coming through. So we'll watch this over the next day. I'll do another update tomorrow before the storm just to kind of get you guys ready. Look at the radar. We'll see what we're looking at coming from Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee. That swath of moisture is what we're going to be watching. So we'll have our eye on that, and we'll do another update for you. Looking at the HRRR model as well. Let's move to the 12Z, and you can see snowfall totals here of 2 to 3 inches in and around Asheville. It actually shows more snow for Henderson County. So there's a little bit of uncertainty there. Like I said, with exactly how much snow is going to fall, they're dealing with these surface temperatures as well that are very warm. I mean, it's 70 degrees today, so it's going to take extremely heavy precipitation rates to overcome those. We may only see accumulation on elevated surfaces. It's probably going to be pretty difficult for any accumulation on those roadways. Some slush But if you start getting totals of 3 and 4 inches, it will accumulate on the roads, but 1 to 2 inches is not going to cause too much of a roadway issue, just because we haven't been so cold here lately. It will be cold after this front passes through. A high of 38 on Monday, so a lot of melt won't occur, but the ground will melt things since it's been so warm. It's not going to cool it down. It'll just kind of create an isothermal layer where the snow can kind of live for a little while. Let's look at the short range RDPS, and this is kind of the Canadian short range model. Let me pull up the regional on it. So I use pivotalweather.com to look at most of my models. So you can see this model showing, 5 or so inches, and really the sharp drop off as you leave Buncombe County. And it's hard to tell here, exactly. This model's been showing a strong system, and I'll show you exactly what the model shows, because I use this word a lot, but it's a pretty dynamic system. That's what when the atmosphere kind of gets lined up. I mean, you guys don't even realize how much power it takes for these type situations to evolve, and the atmosphere just does it fluidly. It's very interesting. And so here you can see the track of the low is very important to us. The farther south the low tracks, the more Gulf moisture it's going to be able to get. And when you see this comma head developing, that's when the upper level low has captured it. So depending on where that upper level low captures the surface low is going to depend on how much cold precipitation that we get. We're going to be getting precipitation, but will that cold air be over top of it to allow snowflakes to make it to the surface? We'll see. It's a really tough call. But, doing my best to give you guys the best forecast, and, I put out my map for us, and I'll be releasing this on the website as well. So one more look at that, thinking that 6 to 10 inches will be possible on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then Clingman's Dome area, those border counties, Wolf Laurel even could get, 6+ inches of snow all along Yancey County. And, just those high elevation locations, Mount LeConte down here, and, Clingman's Dome, all those locations. And then we kind of step down to the 3 to 6 area in those locations that typically get the more moisture that comes in from the North Carolina-Tennessee border. And that's where it's going to kind of wring itself out. And I'm thinking 3 to 6 is possible there. We may need to make a few adjustments, extend this 2 to 4 area a little bit into Madison County, but those changes, I'll have to make them tomorrow. Still waiting on a lot of model data to come in. 2 to 4 in northern Buncombe County, Alexander, Lester area, Weaverville, all those areas that are kind of north of Asheville, and then I'm thinking 1 to 3 will be possible around Buncombe County, southern Buncombe County, maybe tapering to just a slush there right along the Henderson County, Buncombe County border. So thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you like the video, share it, and subscribe to my page. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Check back tomorrow. We'll be releasing another update to get you prepared for the storm. Talk to you soon.